a multimeter, that lab device you want to take with you everywhere. Knowing how to use your multimeter is key, mostly when dealing with electronic circuits. This one here is quite simple, but just enough to make your life easier. Most multimeters have a central knob with several positions, and a couple of wires and 3 pegs. Let's have a look at the central knob. This allows you to select different types of measurements. The ones you are going to use the most are measurements of voltage, current, and resistance. For voltage, you can measure direct current and also alternate current. About the wires or leads, put the black one always in the COM, after common. The red one will go either in the 10 amps max or the V omega milliamps. That indicates what you can measure. You will use the V omega milliamps to measure voltage, resistances, and only small currents up to 200 milliamps. This is important. If you try to measure, let's say, a current of 5 amps, you will blow the fuse and you won't be able to use that channel anymore unless you have a spare fuse to change. For higher currents, only up to 10 amps though, you use the corresponding jack. Let's say we want to measure a resistance. We will place the central knob in the ohms section. There, one of these numbers indicates the maximum value you can measure. So if you are measuring a resistance of 1 kilo ohm, I'd use the position of 2000 ohms. Of course, I could also use the 20 kilo ohms one, but the measurement wouldn't be as precise. For voltage, you have the option of measuring AC or DC. The numbers follow the same criteria. They indicate the maximum value you can measure. You always want to be above what you want to measure, but as close as possible to what you are measuring. If you don't know what you will get, you can always start from the highest number and go down. When you measure voltage, you put the voltmeter in parallel with the element you want to measure that voltage. The voltmeter will steal a tiny bit of current from the circuit and will send it to its internal circuit to measure the voltage. When you measure current, you need to know the range of currents you want to measure to avoid damaging the ammeter. To measure currents, you place the ammeter in series in the circuit. All the current in the circuit will flow through the ammeter, and if you're not careful, it will damage it. If in doubt, you can always try the high current range. If you want to measure a small current, you want to start with the highest range, in this case 200 milliamps, and go down until you are close to what you're measuring, but always having the current in the suitable range. Remember, you don't want to blow your fuse. If your circuit is complicated, sometimes you might not be sure if your points in the circuit are in contact or not. In that case, place the knob here and touch the 2 points with your LEDs. If it sounds, it's because there is no resistance between both points and they are connected. They are in the same potential. If there is a resistance in between, it will indicate that. Well, that's most of it. Make sure you don't leave home without it. You never know when it can be of good use.
Nice to meet you, Rose. Run for your life.
And may the science be with you.